Hello and welcome to riffraff, our little thing where we watch a movie and just say whatever we think about
The
it.
thing is, we watched it with you.
Yes, because we make it as a commentary track, which will be in a separate video, whatever.
Well,
But for this one, we're gonna summarize the movie and give some, afterthoughts or whatever you want to call it, so that you'll have. This will be more like a spoiler-free thing if you haven't seen the movie, sort of. No,
sort
maybe,
of. Yeah.
hopefully. Um, so if you actually want to hear our comments while we're actually watching a movie, you can watch the commentary track or put it on while you watch a movie. Anyways, we watched Event Horizon.
Yes.
You want to give a summary?
Yeah. Well, let's just say the plot summary is about a ship that was said to achieve faster than light speed, who mysteriously disappeared, has, well, suddenly reappeared under mysterious circumstances. So, a search and rescue team has been sent out to find out what the hell's going on, along with the scientist who built the ship. And shenanigans ensues.
Yeah. And this movie came out in 1997, so it's kind of a classic, and it is a classic. It's a modern horror classic.
Yeah.
One of the few really good sci-fi horrors. Because, to be honest, whenever I think sci-fi horror, I think primarily of Alien.
Yeah. That is the game setter.
Mm-hmm. So with Event Horizon, that adds another one. So there's at least two on the top of my mind whenever I think of this genre. I mean, there could be more. I just don't come to anyone else come to mind. So
yeah, nothing else comes to mind for me either. So,
yeah. But just to give some thoughts on the movie, I like it. I like it very much. You got Sam Neill, you got Lawrence Fishburne, and they really carry the movie.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the other actors aren't great; they are, but the performances of especially these two, it makes the movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Sam Neill can sometimes be Sam Neill, but then again, Sam Neill can sometimes be Sam Neill, if I say it like
Neill
that.
is Sam Neill.
He's a man of many sides, I guess.
I really like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing that's also great about this movie, in my opinion, is the attention to the visuals. Really creating feeling within each and every piece and set.
Mm-hmm.
I make a comment about it while watching. Like, I understand they're making a horror movie or whatever, but who would, in their right mind, in a real instance, make these design choices? So
they're very.
it's kind of like.
They're very.
From a practical and engineering standpoint, I would be like, what the fuck? But for the setting and the aesthetics of the movie, it works. It's great.
Definitely. I guess the designers had creative freedom when designing this ship. In movie, I mean, so. But I too like the designs.
Yeah, I mean, for all we know, each and every piece of the equipment being designed the way it is might actually have a purpose for it. Like all the spikes and stuff for the warp core, there might be a real reason for it.
Yeah.
Technically, we don't really know.
Signal stabilizers or something, I don't know.
Yeah, there is certainly some kind of good explanation for it.
Yeah.
Or not. It's kind of ambiguous.
Yeah. It has sometimes. It's a very interesting mix of. It is dangerous to use this word, but Geiger-esque. It's a very, very dangerous to use that word because that can really be the real definition and what every Hollywood executive thinks is Geiger-esque. But
I think I know where you're going with it, but I don't really see the Geiger in it. There's not enough.
I think mostly the med bay I thought was very.
Well, the med bay on the Event Horizon looked more like a morgue than a fucking med bay.
Spoilers.
But there's not enough orifices and body forms for it to be Geiger,
And that's,
in my opinion.
And that's what I think. Why I think it's loosely Geiger-esque, and not the pure Geiger-esque that we all know and love. But apart from that, it's very well. The front bridge, it's very gothic outside. Have you seen pictures of outside the bridge?
It really does carry a sort of religious form language.
Yeah.
So, and I do think that's intentional with going with the theme of the movie.
Definitely.
So, I mean, that's it doesn't surprise me, and I would be more surprised if there wasn't that kind of religious overtone.
Yeah. I mean,
if you look at the Event Horizon as a ship at large, it does look like a cross.
Oh yeah, definitely. And a Klingon ship, but that's another thing.
Yeah, I can see that. I think you're more versed in Star Trek ship design than I am, so.
Look kind of like a Bird of Prey Klingon ship, but yeah, I'm sidetracking, but like you said, it was very, very crossy as well.
Mm-hmm. But again, it goes with the theme of the movie. So.
But yeah, it's very nice in tone.
Mm-hmm. Dark and gritty.
Yeah.
Which also, I mean, we made a comment about this as well, with there being inspiration taken from Warhammer 40K.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, lore, I'm not sure about how much different the lore for 40K were back in the, what was it, 3rd edition at that point? I think it was.
Was it?
Well, the older editions compared to how it's portrayed now, because nowadays, I mean, it's taken a life of its own, quite literally. So, I do remember reading a bit about for that edition of 40K, it did take the more depressing turn. Everything got way darker. It turned really into grimdark, because in earlier versions it had been described that Empire of Man, humanity, they still had a chance to get through all the hardship if they just persevered. But for that edition, they changed that into there is no hope at all. It's a losing battle, but they'll fight until the end kind of thing. So,
oh dear.
Yeah. So you can understand really if there was some kind of inspiration from 40K in the process of writing for Event Horizon. The way it turned into this dark, gritty theme, there is a clear line of inspiration, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, the screenwriter Philip Eisner, it was very influenced by the story of and the setting of that.
I don't think I've seen anything else from this guy, not that I remember, at least.
A very slim list of screenplays.
Anyways, I liked it. So those are my spontaneous thoughts about the movie.
Yeah. And by the way, I think we didn't have the unedited version. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it was not the extended, more gory version that we watched.
Yeah.
You got anything else to say about it?
Nah, all in all, it's all in all, the tone, I like it, and they did not overuse digital effects. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I mean, for being 97, I think they went as far as they could without. I was about to say going overboard, but that's not really what I mean. They did use a lot of CGI for like floating objects and stuff like that. But when it came to the real effects, they were practical. I can't really say that I noticed any CGI. Well, actually, beyond in the core when it kind of like opened up to whatever, that was CGI. But beyond that, it was just practical effects, and I love it.
It was.
I wish we could go back to that.
Oh yeah, definitely, because that gives it the sense of genuine feeling, and the gets a sense of, I was gonna say, realism that we don't get with CGI. And as you said, they only use CGI when something was impossible to do with practical effects.
I wouldn't really say impossible, but
well, it's difficult.
I think they just took advantage of what CGI could do, because they used it mainly for, as I said, the when the reactor or the drive core opened up, and for floating objects that were supposed to be like in 0G.
Exactly, the 0G liquid, the 0G debris, things they really couldn't do with. Well, they could do with practical effects, but
would be hard and would probably look crap.
Yeah, like that can is on a fishing line.
Yeah, but no, they did a good job with the CGI for the time. Absolutely. And I think my biggest problem when it comes to CGI today is that it makes everything look too good. It looks off because it's too perfect in shape.
Well, also we know it's not real.
Yeah, that too.
So it is this, it is this feeling of that looks too good, but it's not real. So I'm not gonna say uncanny feeling, but it's just sort of,
it's off.
It's off, yeah.
You know it's CGI. I think we need to make a separate episode sometime, just talking about CGI and what it's turned into.
Practical effects and all that. List a few movies that has practical effects that you wouldn't guess are practical effects.
Yeah.
There are a few, and one could be surprised.
Yeah. But if you want to hear our thoughts while actually watching the movie, we'll put up the commentary track so you can have it on while you watch the movie yourself. And with that, I don't have anything more to add.
Me neither. Go watch the movie with the commentary track.
Yeah.
You have to supply your own movie. That's how it goes.
Copyright and all that. But this has been riffraffing.
Riffraffing, an afterthought.
Exactly. And we thank you for listening.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one.
Bye.